oops, 47.8 plus 0.27. It's like $47.08 plus 27 cents. Remember, we got to line the decimal up. 27's here, the zero's here. Uh-oh, I don't have enough decimal places after the decimal. All you got to do is add the 0. This becomes 7. This becomes 10. Carry the 1, that becomes 8. And that, of course, plus 0 is 4, 4807. Well, now we get into the area where we're adding negatives. All right, and this is no different than what we've done in weeks past. All you have to do is look at this and don't be intimidated by the decimals or how big the numbers are or whatever. It works the exact same way. Well, Mr. Camp, I don't like this. I don't like 6.87 plus a negative 31.6. I don't understand that. Well, if you still don't understand that, number one, you need to work on that concept. But if you don't understand it, what can you do? I've got an addition problem. And we can sing our song, same signs add and keep, different signs subtract. Well, this is positive, this is negative, so we have different signs, so we're going to subtract. 31.6 minus 6.87. We're going to take the sign of the farthest number once we get our answer. The answer, in other words, which one of these is farthest from 0? It's this one right here. Our answer is going to be negative, so let's remember that. So let's go ahead and subtract, just like we did last week with integers. Just like we did with 9 minus a negative, or plus a negative 4 or whatever. Okay. This becomes a 10 and a 3 here. This becomes a 5, but that won't work either, so we have to make that a 15 and borrow from here, making that a 0. 15 minus 8 is 7. Now I've got 0 minus 6. Well, again, that won't work either. So I got to borrow from here and make that a 2. I got 10 minus 6 is 4. 2 minus 0 is 2. Our answer is 24.74, but don't forget, we've got the negative sign over here. Let's add that. So the answer is negative. The answer is negative 24.73. Again, if you're having a hard time with that, you need to watch this video or watch this problem over and over again. Well, let's take a look at number 6. Now we're dealing with even more of what we had last week, whereas last week we might have something like negative 11 plus a negative 6. Now we've got all these other crazy numbers in here. Do the same thing before. We have addition, so we can say same signs add and keep, different signs subtract. Well, we have the same signs, so we're going to add them together. 11.10 plus 6.9. We're going to take the sign of the farthest number, but you notice in the first part of the song, if we have same sides, add and keep, what that means is we keep the sign, because both of them are negative. That means the answer is going to be negative. So let's go ahead and put that up there. Let's add these guys up. I don't have enough places after decimal here. Let's add up a 0, and let's go ahead and bring our decimal point down. 0 plus 0 is 0. 9 plus 1 is 10. Carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Plus 6 is 8. 1 plus 0, or 1 by itself, is 18. So now we've got, don't forget this, what you need to do is make sure you're taking your time while you do these. Because if you're in a hurry, you're going to forget to add that negative sign. The answer, negative 18. Now, fractions. Let's talk about these. A lot of fractions are really easy. If you have the same common denominator, all you have to do is just add straight across. What I mean by common denominator is if this number is the same as this number, the denominator is the number on bottom. And if that's the same, you just add or subtract straight across. So in this case, we have a common denominator already. All we have to do is add. Say 1 plus 1 equals 2. And the bottom stays the same. You don't worry about the math on the bottom once you find the common denominator. It is that number. You just leave it alone. So now you've got 2. Well, this is what we call an improper fraction. If you put this on your paper, I will always mark that wrong. So now I've got 2 over 2. That is the same as 2 divided by 2, which is 1. Well, let's take a look over here at number 8. We do not have a common denominator. Well, here's a trick for doing that. If you don't understand what the common denominator between these two is, you can start with 5 over 8 and 1 over 6. And sometimes you might have to go way, way out here to do this. But do yourself several, let's say 5 multiples of each. And then you find one in common. Now if you do a multiple at the bottom, you got to do a multiple at the top. So what is a multiple of 8? Well, let's say 16, 24, 32. Well, we have to do the same thing on top. 5, 10, 15, 20. Let's do some multiples of 6. I got 12, 18, 24. Oh, I found one right there. A common denominator right there. But let's not forget the top. We have to do multiples of 1. And hopefully we can do these real easy. So now my new problem is 4 over 24 plus 15 over 24. All right, well, let's reline that up. 15 over 24 plus 4 over 24. I have a common denominator. Now I don't have to worry about the math on bottom at all. I'm done with the bottom. The bottom is going to be 24 regardless, unless I, of course, reduce it. Okay? So now, I don't add the bottom. I leave that, so no, I'm going to be something, and I'm sorry I'm running out of room here, but 24. What is 15 plus 4? 19. Answer is 19 over 24. If that would reduce, we would reduce it. You always have to reduce your fractions, otherwise it is wrong. I cannot give any partial